So in this video, I'll be discussing on why you should not turn your back on calisthenics. I know, pun intended, natural hypertrophy. But in all seriousness, actually, this is one of the reasons why I actually came back on my roots, my training roots, on the reason on why I actually I am more in favor with doing calisthenics exercises, especially in doing like back exercises, like even chest exercises. It's because I think it's a huge, or not really huge, like it's one of the many good parameters on how you would determine if your bulk is actually successful or not. And in this video, I will be discussing or explaining it a little bit in depth, and of course based on my experience. And not only it is an objective type of matter opinion, it actually is a universal, and as there's actually a science behind on why calisthenics actually scales very well and very accurate on how you would determine if you actually gained muscle mass more than bloat water during your bulk. So first off, of course, calisthenics actually determines your relative strength more than your absolute strength, because when you do a bench press, of course, a close chain exercise, it actually you have a more significant or more better rate of progression when you do a barbell, or let's say even a dumbbell bench press, compared to when you do a push-up, or let's say even a dip, because your body, you have to be very aware on how your body act through space. And of course, a push-up, you only use your body weight as a resistance, and unlike in a barbell bench press wherein the weight is only focused on your upper torso. And yes, you could say that it also needs core stability and assistance with the delts and of course your triceps. But compared to a push-up, again, with even with a dip, that doing push-up actually is very hard. So that is why some easier progressions include doing push-ups against a wall, or if you want to have a better or faster progression with a push-up, you actually decrease the body lever by doing push-ups with your knees. That is why, again, um, your body weight, your calisthenics actually requires overall good pound for pound strength, and most especially when you do weighted calisthenics, uh, the amount of huge heavyweight calisthenics athletes that are actually very muscle bound, and a few of them, some few exceptions, the anomalies, the genetic outliers, can actually also hold a lot of weight, a lot of bloat, and then be strong, not only with the weighted calisthenics variation, but also with the skills, most especially like some anomalies from Eastern Europe, like the Soviet athletes. I also follow on their social media, on Instagram most especially. The Soviet athletes, they do front levers, like straddle planches. Some of them can even achieve like a full-on planche, like below, or not really below, like past or above 80 to 90 kilograms is way beyond me. So of course there's the realm of possibilities, like the average Joe like me or you could probably achieve it, but the more smarter and optimal option is of course to do a slower bulk, and again, uh, do weighted calisthenic variation, not only is this like a double-edged sword in a positive way, wherein you would achieve relative strength, but also absolute strength by adding more shear weight, shear resistance, external resistance, besides your body weight, while you're slowly bulking, is a win-win situation for the average Joe like us. And then um, again, the mention of um, carrying, like pushing, pulling heavy weights, external load, um, is a very gratifying experience for the average gym goer. Like pulling at least one plate, sorry, at least pulling one plate, two plates on the weighted pull up, two to three plates on the weighted dip, maybe the weighted push up. Yes, people do weighted push up, not on the back, but like the Daniel Vadnal way fitness FAQs, like using dip belts and then doing push ups on an elevated surface on the dip bars with bench to support your legs, your feet, um, and of course the good old meme that barbell squats are technically weighted calisthenics. I mean, um, barbell squats are actually now included in street lifting competitions on Europe, Eastern Europe, and I've been thinking about the hip hinge alternative on a weighted calisthenic street lifting competition. I've been thinking about it's either the Good Morning or the Jefferson deadlift. Comment down below what do you think, or what do you think about my uh, opinions, my mentions, or my two picks on hip hinge variation on a street lifting competition, and which one do you think is actually the more uh, legitimate or accurate? I don't know. Like, just comment down below. What do you think? Like, eh, are the Good Morning or Jefferson deadlift technically also a weighted calisthenic or not? So yeah. Then the third reason why bulking while doing calisthenics is actually a good parameter. Of course, variety. I mean, again, I keep mentioning over and over that variety is key, and not only it looks badass, actually gives you results. It yields results. Look at again the heavyweight calisthenics athletes. I mean, some of them are using PEDs, anabolic steroids, most especially on Eastern Europe athletes, um, the Soviet athletes. I mean, some of them are very suspicious. Like, I think I don't remember that one Russian guy that transitioned to arm wrestling. Like, he can do like a full on front lever, like a human flag, like way above 90 kilograms. It's beyond me. And some of them can actually have a little bit of carryover with the skills. The front lever, like doing like heavy weighted pull ups, can actually help uh, give you a very, not only a very jack upper body, like huge wide lats, thick upper back, but it can also again give you the absolute and relative strength that your body requires and demands when you do static skills and holds. And I've actually experienced it myself. I actually spammed weighted pull-ups during the pandemic, and I actually achieved like a straddle front lever. Of course, not really a full front lever, because I also used to love training legs. So that is a straight dead weight. I can't achieve it. Like I I can only go up to straddle and frog leg front lever, and with the planche, I can only do uh the tuck variation because it's super demanding. Like it's super hyper specific on achieving the planche. Not only the muscles required are needed to be stronger compared to the front lever. Of course, your back are stronger compared to your pushing muscles. Um, it requires you like straight arm strength, like your bicep tendon, bicep muscle strength, your chest strength, your overall shoulder strength, mobility. I know you can correct me if I'm wrong. All of the experts watching this video can correct me, ridicule me if you want. That's okay, that's fine. I'm still learning. But yeah, like doing calisthenics during a bulk is actually very badass. And another point that I would like to address is, of course, again, as I mentioned earlier, that doing calisthenics actually uh, determines and tells you that you're actually gaining more muscle mass uh, than water, like bloat. Because if you're really actually gaining muscle mass during a bulk, then your calisthenics movements, like your pull-ups, your dips, like even a simple push-up, if that actually gasses you out, if you run out of breath doing just a simple push-up, then yeah, that's one of the red flags that you would have to address as early as possible. Because if you're only gaining water, like you're only retaining water, like bloat, um, I'm sorry that your bulk is going to waste, and most especially in um, vertical pulls. That is actually one of the um, key indicators that you're actually getting strong on your bulk instead of regrading back. Because if you're only gaining fat, then your calisthenics, your pull-ups would not only decrease by reps, but the quality of the quality of each rep would actually regrade. Like trying to do a full range of motion chin up, pull up, and if you're actually starting to shake, then yeah, that is a key indicator that is you're actually retaining more water, more bloat, more fat than lean muscle. So yeah, that would be quite kind of a rant in a way, because a lot of the next generation, younger generation, are more in keen to going to the gym than just doing body weight exercises at home, because they think that weights, I mean, technically weights are more optimal in terms of muscle hypertrophy, muscle building, and the it has a higher potential to give you results in a faster and quicker manner. But doing calisthenics also with the weights is uh, not only more optimal, but a fun and more exciting way for new gym goers to experience, so they can be consistent they can be consistent as they can. Because uh, back then, actually, my goal, I know I may be keeping myself in yapping about my roots on why I started doing like exercises, on why I improved my fitness, is because I actually was inspired by Saitama. I mean, One Punch Man, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, a 10-kilometer run, and I wanted to do 100 push-up without rest, like 100 push-up in one row without rest non-stop. And then yeah, the rest is history. So that would be it for today's video. This would also mark my decade of lifting, doing exercises, body weight weights, free weights, machine, like yoga, martial art, whatsoever. And maybe this would be my 10-year anniversary in me being consistent as much as I can. Although maybe I could have gotten better results, but ever since I've been introduced to the Noble Natty community, Alex Leonidas, Jeffrey Verity Schofield, Natural Hypertrophy, Basement Bodybuilding, Bold Omni-Man, I've been locked in ever since, but also at the same time enjoying myself. I mean, I'm not even going to compete on stage, even on a amateur or even like professional level. I'm not that committed yet. Maybe if I had the opportunity, maybe in the future, we will see. I've been locked in, and quite honestly, I've had more results compared to when I was following the snake oil salesmen's of the online fitness community on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Um, and I'm still here. So, two more results maybe this year and in the coming years ahead. So, if you happen to stumble upon this video, give it a like, share this with your friends, comment down below what you think of my statement that calisthenics are one of the many way or one of the best ways to measure a good parameter during a bulk. And yeah, that would be it. Thank you for watching and have a good day.